Should this lion cub be in a zoo? A fuzzy lion cub rolls in the high grass. His mother rests in the shade nearby. The area might be mistaken for the plain of Africa. Well, except for the kids waving at the animals through the glass wall. You guessed it, these lions are in a zoo. Zoos have been around for hundreds of years. For a long time, they kept animals in small cages, like the bears in the picture. But in recent years, many zoos have built bigger, more open enclosures. Zoo supporters say these areas are more like the animals' natural habitats. But despite improving, some people are against zoos. They argue that the animals belong in the wild. Find arguments from each side on the next page. Yes, zoos teach us about animals. Today, zoos are more popular than ever. More than 185 million people visited us or visited US zoos last year. For most people, going to a zoo is their only chance to see wild animals up close. Most people won't have the opportunity to travel to Asia or Africa to see orangutans or elephants, say Rob Vernon. He works for the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. This group makes sure zoos treat their animals well. But zoos aren't just places to see animals. The best zoos also educate visitors about the dangers wild animals face, like habitat loss and illegal hunting. Also, some of the money zoo visitors spend on tickets goes toward protecting animals. Zoos spend about $230 million a year on animal protection, according to the AZA. No, zoos can't compare to the wild. People who are against zoos argue that even the biggest enclosures aren't big enough for many animals. Polar bears might walk or swim up to 100 miles a day in the wild. In zoos, they often live in an area about the size of a school gym. Many animals also need more company. In the wild, elephants live in big family groups, but in a zoo, they often live in pairs or alone. More than 25 US zoos have changed that. They sent their elephants to sanctuaries where the animals live in large groups. But at other zoos, loneliness is still an issue. Life in captivity can be hard for large animals. Many show some, Many show signs of being lonely, bored, or sad. When you see a tiger pacing back and forth, that is a very stressed tiger, says Lori Marino, a scientist who studies animal behavior. What's your opinion? This is a zoo in the early 1970s. How does this cage compare with most zoo enclosures built today? And I cannot read the chart is too small, but I can read this part. What's the main reason zoos exist? Almost 1,100 Americans were asked that question in a survey. This chart shows what they said. Which answer do you most agree with? 44 says zoos should not exist. 88 to entertain people. I think that's to educate people, to protect species from becoming extinct, to rescue animals in need of care, and 88 had some other reason. All right, we're going to head down to this next page. Right here. You'll be able to click on it in the presentation and you'll see me in the lesson. Click on it and add my answers. You, for your work this week, will be reading, is playing video games a sport? And should plastic bags be banned? Bye.